DJ Weather Channel.
I'm Chizi.
And I'm Jayden.
On today's episode, we will talk about hurricanes and tornadoes. Then later, we will go to someone lying at the scene of a hurricane and a tornado.
That will be interesting.
I know it will. Jayden, please tell us, what causes a tornado?
Tornado conditions are caused when different temperatures and humidity meet to form thunderclouds. In the United States, warm, wet winds form from the Gulf of Mexico, then they move northward in spring to summer, meeting colder, dry winds that are moving southward. The place where they meet is called the dry line. High, dry air coming from the north piles on top of the lower layer of the Gulf of Mexico. At a high of almost 10,000 feet, the warm southern winds try to rise, but the cold northern fronts blocks them. This clash, also known as an occluded front, causes the warm, trapped air to rotate horizontally between the two air masses. At the same time, the sun heats the earth below, warming air that continues to try and rise. Finally, the rising warm wind becomes strong enough to rise and set up through the colder air layer.
What do you do when there's a tornado?
When I researched it, I found out the best way to be safe is when there's a tornado, to be somewhere away from windows, for example, a basement.
What are the dangers of a tornado?
It can cause very high winds that can lead to destructions of cities and towns, and tornadoes can also kill you if you're not protected.
Wow, tornadoes are very scary.
Yeah, I know, but ways that they can predict is with Doppler radar. They use sound and light waves to determine wind direction, looking for intense rotation, so people will know ahead of time. Then a tornado is coming and that they will prepare. But still, after years of research, we still cannot predict the path of a tornado.
Wow, that is very interesting.
I know it is. Now we can be going on break, and when we get back, Chizi will talk about hurricanes. We're back, and now we will talk to Chizi about hurricanes. What causes hurricanes?
Hurricanes can develop when the sun's rays heat tropical waters to at least 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This causes the air to grow warmer and rise. When water rises with it, it causes water vapor, and the heat causes the air to rise faster and faster. In about 10 hours, the heated air will begin to circle counterclockwise. When it starts circling, that means it's beginning to get windy. The air mass a hurricane happens in is a maritime tropical area. Also, hurricanes start in a low pressure zone.
What are the dangers of hurricanes?
Well, they can lead to coastal flooding. But if you ever come across a hurricane, make sure you have a first aid kit. Also, make sure you have food, water, a flashlight, and some extra cash. And be ready to evacuate at any time.
How do they predict hurricanes nowadays?
They predict hurricanes by using satellite technology. The satellites have sensors. They also have airplanes fly around to see if there are any suspicions of a hurricane.
Well, folks, that's our show for today. Now we will report to someone live at the scene of a tornado.
Then later, someone live at the scene of a hurricane. We are in the basement of little Jimmy's house during a tornado. Here he is now.
Mama! Ma! I don't know where my mom is. I'm scared. She must be taking a boo-boo.
Are you trying to
I'm
stay
trying to
safe?
stay safe
How?
by ducking my head and staying away from windows.
Is the weather bad?
The power is starting to go out. I think a tornado just got in. Mama! We're live at the scene of a hurricane at little Kevin's house. Look.
It's very cold and it's very windy. Why is it so windy? Is this a hurricane? I think the hurricane's coming. Look, it's even flooding. Whoa, it's so windy. Whoa.